rooms to populate an entire world. I can make a little bathroom with a seafoam clawfoot tub, or a bedroom with itty-bitty roses sprigged on every surface. If I can't find the right china cabinet for the dining room, I can make what I want to see. Because the ones who taught me, my Grandpa Lou and his wife Trixie, handed down every bit of their skill in woodworking, painting, sculpting, and sewing. And what they didn't teach, I've taught myself. I know what gemstones look like water, and what pen can draw the most convincing chain stitch on a washcloth that's too small to sew. I can be eclectic or traditional, modern or romantic, and the mansion absorbs those dreams into its walls. I wasn't sure whether or how to share them with anyone else, but I'm willing to give it a try. Chapter 2. Parkhurst, Arizona, 2015. This teapot wants to be part of the room, but it can never really belong. Myra stopped typing and watched the cursor blinking back at her, waiting for her next insight. Every word was curated, and every letter was hot pink. When she closed her eyes, she could see faces staring back at thousands of screens, longing to set foot into the tiny room. She stepped away from her desk and crouched in front of the minuscule mansion on its wide platform in the cabin's attic, peering into the diminutive library at the rear of the house. She reached tentative fingers toward the teapot, with its painted porcelain daisies, and pushed a silver tray underneath it, trying to make it seem less incongruous with the library's fireplace. She set 2 rocking chairs on either side of the painted flames. It was wrong. It was all wrong. Worse, it was far beneath her standards. This one doesn't work. She rocked back on her knees and stared at the room. I'll give it a minute, but I don't think I'm going to change my mind. Gwen looked up from her own laptop without missing a keystroke, her face studiously neutral. Myra could tell she was trying not to roll her eyes. You've been working on the library for how many weeks now? How long do you think you're going to be able to enthrall them with Nancy Drew in the case of where the hell should I put this teapot? You said I need to use it. This was your idea, not mine. Myra's work on the library was, like all things in the mansion, entirely for herself. But her stories, her photographs, and her intricate curation of the house absorbed the attention of her followers. First hundreds, then thousands, then hundreds of thousands, who anxiously awaited each new posting from the minuscule mansion of Myra Malone. The site had been Gwen's idea, and when the miniatures started showing up on Myra's doorstep a few weeks after it went live, Myra's shock had given way to discomfort. The mansion belonged to her. She had not invited visitors. But Gwen checked the packages each weekend, gleefully updating the mansion's social media accounts with effusive thank yous for whatever tiny porcelain clown or small set of matching brass andirons had arrived unbidden in that week's mail. I said you needed to try to use something someone sends you, Gwen said, as an experiment. You don't need to use everything. You shouldn't, actually, because the more exclusive you are, the more they'll try to get in. It'll increase traffic. I'm going to put things back the way they were. This isn't going to work. Gwen plopped her laptop down on the attic's wide floorboards. Far be it from me to second-guess the great Myra Malone, but let me check something. She stood, strode to Myra's side, and snatched the teapot from the mansion, scrutinizing its delicate porcelain in her palm. Really? Myra looked up with relief. It was rare for Gwen to grasp the seriousness of these decisions. Yep, it's just a goddamn teapot. Not an ancient Mayan talisman you've got to place just right or be crushed by a giant stone boulder. It's a shame. You've been pushing it around for 20 minutes, so it kind of got my hopes up that it might be something important. No one's making you stay here, you know. You could head on back to your office, Gwen, and leave me to work.